Welcome, everybody, to the Funny in the Fire podcast, premiere episode number 1. We are so excited to be here. I'll probably do that really weird, like sing talking. I think that's what happens also when you become a mom. You do more singing than you ever thought you would. But I'm joined today, obviously, I'm Brittany, and I'm joined today by my new co host, Katie. Welcome.
Oh,
Huh? You're laughing.
I said, hey, everybody.
Oh, hey everybody. Yeah, we were just reminiscing about South Park and Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh because that feels seasonal. So Katie's joined today with her new bundle of joy, and a big reason of why we started this podcast. Oh, hello there. Is because parenting is hard, it's chaotic, it's hilarious, it's ridiculous. Um, and we want to be that companion. We want to be that sounding board, and the truth slayer, the truth seeker behind parenting, because I think there's a lot of fluff and stuff that makes it seem like it's much easier than it is when it's not, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I'm always, I just want to know what's real behind people's doors and like what you're really feeling. So that's what I aim to tell when I enjoy talking to people. And I'm always so envious and enamored by people that just tell the truth and lean into how they're really feeling. And I think that that's inspired me to want to share my stories and my life, and a big reason behind why I wanted to even start a podcast at some point in life was to just be that relatable person, solidarity, and be able to share those things. That it is hard, but it's also lovely and can be very joyous at the same time. And we can laugh about it at the end of the day.
Right. I'm just gonna unplug this. Hold on. This is like picking up your hold on.
Okay.
No, I totally agree. And I think with that being said, do you want to tell us a little bit about your background, which also like makes you super duper qualified in the parenting realm?
Oh, I don't know about that. So yeah, I will start my professional career, I guess, so to speak, what I went to college for, and I currently just am racking up the student loan debt, which is a whole nother thing we'll have to discuss one day as to why it just keeps getting larger. Like I thought it was supposed to go down. Um, I should be a doctor by now, but I'm not a doctor. I'm actually a nurse. And today I was thinking about the fact that I have yet to renew my nurse's license for this year, so I may not be a nurse anymore. Yeah, I was sitting on the toilet and had that realization. So I gotta Google that after, see if I'm active on the Ohio Nursing Board still. But in any event, I was a nurse in the PICU at Cincinnati Children's. It was wild, saw some things. I don't know how anybody is a parent and works as a pediatric nurse. We need you though, so stay there. I have to sneeze. There you go. Anywho, okay. I didn't last long in nursing. I did not last long in nursing. I took a small break and worked at Lululemon because I thought selling yoga pants was really my calling. Um, it was great though. It was a great job, great discount. I have so many Lululemon clothes from it from 10 years ago. So you will never see me pimping Amazon leggings because it's just, you got to get the quality stuff. But then I went back into nursing. So I was like, what am I doing? And I was a travel nurse in Baltimore. Anyways, I can make a short story really long. So I'm going to try to wrap this up. But um, I wound up in medical sales, interestingly enough. So I was a school nurse, transitioned into medical sales about 5 years ago. So I feel like this is much more me, my speed. If you see on my Instagram, I like to spiral all day. I was spiraling this morning. So nursing probably wasn't the greatest career choice for me because I just simply know too much now. Unfortunately, in medical sales, you do still know too much, but not nearly as much, and you don't see it. So, anyways, that's what I do by day. By night, I'm trying to be an influencer. We'll see what happens. I love talking on my Instagram, which is kind of what led to this podcast, which I'm sure we'll get into how we met and all that good stuff. But yeah, now I am freshly postpartum. Actually had a dream last night that I was pregnant again and about to give birth, and they were strapping me up to the contraction thing. And um, sickeningly, I was excited about it in my dream. So I don't know what that means, but I am certainly not ready to give birth again. Yeah,
It's
I have a 2.5-year-old.
like enough is like you like my husband always said he's like I don't get postpartum depression. Do you miss being pregnant? And I'm like no, it's not that. It's like something totally different, but you do miss the closeness of being pregnant with your baby. Like it's so strange because you're like in pain and you're gassy and everything hurts and you're like get this baby out, but then you're like oh, there's like a part of me just gone so quickly.
Yeah, I think when I really think about it, it's for me, it's so you grow up your whole life and you want to, at least for me, when I was young, I wanted to grow up. Like I was like you said, your daughter was like 4 going on 15 or whatever you said. That was me. Like I had an older sister. I was always wearing her high heels, putting water balloons in my bra, like always wanting to grow up, putting makeup on, just like couldn't wait for the day. I remember like laying in my driveway as like a fourth grader, looking up at the sky, just thinking like, I can't wait to be older and like do the things the older girls do and literally drink alcohol, which is like problematic, but it was what like I saw my sister do. Um, so then you get married and that phase of life and chapter is over. And then you're like, okay, what's next? Obviously having babies, and that's exciting, and people are excited for you, and everybody dotes on you, and we're getting up so I can sit down. And then you have these babies and then it's just over and you're like well that was now it's over and like what else is there in life and like I don't know if I'll have any more, so I think that too is why it's like I really miss it. um but that and then just like the anticipation and excitement of like leading up to going into labor is like something crazy that you only get to experience however many times, and it's sad.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you. And I think like, and I have it on one of our like episode notes detail, is like I'm so deeply obsessed with watching people take pregnancy tests.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Katie and I have a shared Google Drive with notes. It's like, it's sick. It was like truly the most exciting thing to pee on a stick. Like nothing makes me more excited than to pee on a stick. And it's crazy. And like, yeah, like you said, it's all of a sudden we're just not going to do it anymore. What's going to bring that sort of excitement again?
Yeah.
Lately, I've been trying to figure out, we're getting real deep real quick. I've been trying to figure out like why I'm constantly like chasing more.
Yes.
You and I are Aries. We're very much fire signs. We're go-getters. We're do it. Like, but there is something to be said for this part of your life that is so deeply exciting that when it starts to like phase out, and like, yeah, my life is still super hectic because my kids are 4 and 2, but like I'm still chasing that high of like, oh my God, am I gonna get pregnant this month? Oh my God, I get to take a pregnancy test. Oh my God, I get to see this baby on an ultrasound and then see this baby in real life. And it is like this like high of however many years you're in pregnancy, postpartum, all of it, to like now what? Right. And I think like I really like to keep my mind constantly churning. And I think that's why I'm like doing so many things. And like it's funny, like right before we got on this recording, I had a couple of friends be like, wait, what? It's a new podcast now? Like, I'm confused. You're always doing something. Like, this is exciting, but like, what is it now? And it's true. Like, I need to hone it in, like, focus on one thing, but like, also at the same time, I just can't. Like, that's just not my brain.
Yeah, it's just you.
Yeah, it's just the way I operate.
That's exactly me too, and exactly my family and friends. Like they're like, what are you doing now?" And I'm like, "I need you to come to this pop-up and buy people's old clothes."
Right.
That's what I'm doing.
Be there, and I'll explain later.
I need you to like every Instagram post I ever post, and now I need you to listen to this podcast. And they're like, You got it, girl. I always see these things floating around on social media, specifically for people who want to become content creators or influencers or whatever are trying. And it's like, your friends aren't your friends if they don't like your posts. And I'm like, I just don't have that experience or thought. Number one, this social media to people who aren't pursuing social media is extremely different. And number two, I harass every friend and person I know to be like, you have to be on this new venture with me. And they're like, noted, done, check. But
It's a good point because so my husband's in construction and like he jokes all the time like he should just have like a Nextel flip phone. Like he shouldn't even have a smartphone because he's not our demographic. You know what I mean? But it's so true. Like your people are your people like for a reason. You know, like I'm not playing towards, I'm not trying to get the likes and engagement from a 40-year-old construction worker. Like that's not the demographic.
sometimes they be in your DMs though. You're like, sure, kindly. Does this look like it's for you?
It's so funny, like just like breaking the fourth wall. We're recording right after Thanksgiving, and like going into Thanksgiving and seeing extended family, and they're all like, "Wait, what are you doing? Wait, I watch your podcast while I'm at work." I'm like, "Well, don't do that. Like,
Not safe for work.
don't do that, and tell all your coworkers and tell them to like, share, subscribe, and all of that." So
Exactly.
yes, do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny. I mean, so Katie gave her explanation about her background. Tell us like the age of your children, and then I can kind of get into my background too.
Yes, I completely forgot about my children for a minute. I Rosie is 2.5. She'll turn 3 in March, and then Jack is the newbie in the on the town. He'll be 3 weeks on Thursday. So fresh guy out the oven.
Yeah, he is so fresh, and he's oh my God, look at that smile. Oh. Um, when is Rosie's birthday? Is she an Aries as well?
Okay, so as much as I play into Aries fire, this is why I'm fiery, which it is, I don't know like the other signs and what they mean at all. What is she? She's a Pisces. Okay, I do know that, but like I don't know what that is, except for it's a water sign or something. I know that. But her birthday's March 3rd, so she's 3-3, I'm 4-4, and then I was hoping he was going to be 11-11, but he was 11-13, but we'll forgive him.
We'll forgive him for that. It's so funny. Both my kids are born on the 15th of their designated month. We love numbers. Yeah.
Their birthdays.
So great segue. You're just a pro. Isla is May 15th, 2021. Wow, that was hard. And Nolan is September 15th, 2023. So they're like a little more than 2 years apart.
Okay, yeah, we have talked about we have the same age gap. But I have to ask about their names. Did you just like their names or was there significance behind it?
Yeah, I think there is huge significance behind it. And obviously something that we'll probably get into like more in depth in our conversation. But I am a mom of loss, and our first son that I lost at 34 weeks gestation, his name was Axel, which is son of peace. And that was always his name. One of my best friends who lives in Virginia, she brought up the name one day when we were just like at brunch and I was having a Heineken 0% because I was 3 months pregnant before the world shut down. This was right before the world shut down. This was like the end of February 2020. And so I was pregnant all through the pandemic. Yeah, and so we lost Axel July 24th, 2020. And his name was super significant to us. Like we really loved it. It was so strong and so unique. And when we were subsequently pregnant again, and then we found out that Isla was a girl, we went through a bunch of names, and naming is like, oh my God, what a circus trying to name kids are. But so my family's like Irish and British and all of that good stuff. Isla means like light, and
Oh, I love that.
wanted to make sure that her name like really signified it. and her middle name is after my sister. Middle name is Jem, and my sister's name is Meg. So we did Jem because it's Meg backwards.
Love that.
Yeah, so she's Isla G. We call her Isla G all the time, which is so funny because we have like all these songs for it. But then Nolan, we really like had a hard time with boy names, especially like I had a really hard time accepting that we were having a boy and that like giving myself the I don't know if it's grace, but the like it's okay to have a boy after losing a boy. Like when we found out that he was a boy, I mean, I saw his face on one of our like high risk ultrasounds because I had so many. And I was like, wow, that's a boy's face. Like I could just look so different from Isla.
Oh,
I was still like I was a mess for I'd say like a solid 2 weeks after finding out he was a boy. And, like it was just so hard. Um, but his name is Fighter and Champion. So it was like very significant for us. And then he had a 5 minute stint in the NICU when he was born. So they were like, oh no, he's totally fine. And so when he came in, his nurse said to us, you know that Nolan means he's a champion, right? It means fighter. And I mean, the tears, the waterworks, we were unwell.
oh my God.
Yeah, both my kids were 4.5 weeks early. Um,
Wow.
almost 9 pounds. I was 8 pounds. Like they were enormous. And every time a nurse would walk in, they'd be like, "This baby is not premature." And I'm like, "I'm aware." Like they're just huge. Um, but yeah, I mean, naming is hard, and finding significance is hard, and their age gap is perfect though. So I'm so happy that your kid's age gap is what it is because it's it's the best. Are you frozen?
No, I'm hearing like static. Is it me? Because I just put him up on me.
Oh no, you're okay. I don't hear it.
I think it was me. Yeah. Anyways, yes. I those names are gorgeous. Also, God bless labor and delivery nurses. Like they're just the best humans in the entire world. I don't know how they get so good at their jobs, but like to come in and say that is just like they just know what to say and do. It's I was not like that as a nurse. I always stumbled on words and like just was like I don't know. But um yeah. I feel like I had to do this age gap just based off my age because I was like, if I want another one, like we gotta kind of get going quickly. But I think we've talked about it. Neither of my kids were planned. So we were probably gonna try to like wait another year, but he's cute, so we'll keep him. But anyways, back to you and your background. We keep getting sidetracked.
Good. I think it makes for such natural things. And we're also like for the podcast listeners, like and I are just getting to know each other as well. Like we met on the internet, which is like I feel like that's just how people meet these days. So I like I find it weird, but I don't find it weird at all. You know what I mean? Like you're kind of like pre-screening friends because like, yeah, I went to your profile, I was like, oh my God, her personality is very similar to mine. Like what she talks about, what she likes, like that's very much up my alley too. So it was like, yeah, pre-screened friend. But yeah, no, my background, my day job, my originality, I don't know, is so I actually went to school to be a teacher.
Oh,
I hated it so much. It was horrific. My first like year of teaching, I was like, I'm never gonna want to have kids, which I knew like I always wanted to have kids. So I was like, I think I have to change careers. I did. Um,
nice.
First, I became a yoga teacher.
Okay, another parallel.
I hear it. Yep. I went, I did like my RYT 200-hour yoga training. It was great. It was like kind of life-changing and like it shifts your perspective on a lot of things. And it definitely helps you feel a lot of trauma when you become a yoga teacher because you're learning so much about yourself that I don't even know if like years of therapy ever taught me the things that like my yoga training taught me, which is crazy. Um, and then I had some friends who worked in casting. And we live so close to New York City. So I worked in New York for a majority of my career. And I did casting production for reality television shows.
That's so cool. We need to talk about that more.
Yeah, there's definitely some things that I have an NDA that I'm not allowed to talk about live, but what you see on reality television, I think we all know is not necessarily reality. And I was writing production sheets for my characters. So they were sheets that I would pitch to networks for a crazy character that I found. So I worked on things like Hawaii Life, Island Life, those are all like HD shows. I worked on a lot of baking shows. I worked on episodes of Porters. Um, yeah, like a really, I did 90 Day Fiance. That was like one of my biggest credits that my mom like always watches, and then she like waits for my name at the end to come up in the credits. um, so yeah, it was really interesting, but it was all freelance, and I had to find my own work, and that really sucked. So and like me and my then boyfriend, who's now my husband, were super serious, and I was like, I need something more stable and I can't keep doing this. So one of my friends said to me, like, you're doing marketing without knowing you're doing marketing because you're like marketing these people to the network.
Yeah.
And so I just started interviewing for marketing positions. This was before content marketing was even a thing. So I slowly transitioned into content marketing, and that's kind of been my trajectory. So I work in marketing and communications. I write websites, I write advertisements, anything and everything, sales materials. Um, but I've always been a writer. I was published at 14. I had an amazing high school teacher who really like believed in me and my writing.
Wow.
Shout out Miss Mackenzie. She loved my life. But yeah, I when I lost my job a few years ago, I guess almost 2 years ago now, I wrote a children's story because I was up all night with Nolan. So I was writing in the dark on an app that was a red screen, so that I didn't look up
The things we do.
the things we do. And it's a story about our dog, and I hope to one day make it more. I have a draft of a hilarious adult book coming out as well, where we touch on a lot of the things I think we'll talk about in this podcast. So it's a nice, organic, synergetic, all of the marketing buzzword. Good.
You guys, I thought I was cool, but I was not casting for reality TV, or that is actually like a dream. That would be so fun. Oh my God, I can't wait to hear more about this. Nor was I writing a book while feeding my children at night. I was just scrolling the interwebs and watching reality TV actually with my headphones in. I remember with Rosie, it was Love is Blind when it very first like came out. No, that would have been way too old. I don't know what season it was, but yeah, I was up at 5 a.m. like, who they gonna pick through the pods? Um,
That's
oh my
funny.
gosh, but your high school story made me laugh. Having teachers that believe in you, like I don't know what that's like because I just had a chemistry teacher that was always like, Katie, stop looking off that person's paper. And this is actually really funny. Like 2 years ago, I went to my friend's son's eighth grade rendition of Shrek. He played Shrek. He was so great. Well, the girl that played Donkey was a star. Like I was like, this girl, I couldn't believe it. This like small Catholic school with like 20 kids, and this girl is just a star. Come to find out, it is said high school chemistry teacher's daughter. So I found out like a few weeks later when I was out like having brunch with the kid's mom
Yeah.
was in the play, and we were kind of like tipsy. So I sent her a Facebook message. I was like, hey, you were my teacher. Your daughter is such a star. Like, I just had to tell you. And then she never answered because she probably was like, this bitch was just a cheater, terrible at chemistry. I don't care what she has to say. So, if you're out there listening, your daughter's a star, and I just needed you to know that. But, anyways.
God, Yeah, I was really, really bad at science and math. I was so bad at math my junior year that I failed like our like statewide testing or whatever. I had to take an extra math class at 6 a.m. twice a week. And my mom had to drive me like in the dark to high school. There were no like one classroom with us degenerates that could not do algebra. Like, was it algebra? It had to have been algebra. Um,
Always algebra.
right, exactly. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I'm not gonna become anything. Like I'm so fucking stupid.
I like I was also bad at science and math, also bad at English. Like I don't know what I was good at. But that is so funny that you say that because in college, and my husband always makes fun of me for this. Um, my freshman year, I failed whatever entry test that you have to take. So I had to take, it was called CAT math, like CAT, Center for Access and Transition math. And it was with all of the like football players who just need, and it was every day. And it was an 099 level class and it was algebra.
Get credits for those. I think you just have to take them to get into town.
Right.
Yeah, that was my issue too. So I had to take that also my freshman year. And then I went to a liberal arts school. So you have to take a math in order to get your 4-year degree. I was so bad at math that they put me in the history of math because there was no math involved.
They were like, she can't even do 2 plus 2. We need to teach her how this even evolved.
I want to know how an abacus came to be. No, I don't. But like, if this is how I'm going to graduate college, I guess I have to. It was the worst class I've ever taken. My professor wrote the book for it, and it was like a 3-ring binder book, and it was hundreds of dollars, and then you couldn't sell it back. It was ridiculous. It was
It's better than like algebra, though, to be honest.
no, totally. Like taking notes when you were talking before. Okay, so we talked about our kids and their age gaps. So how we met was very funny. We met through like a mutual contact that I found. So she posted about your account when you were in the hospital having Jack. And I messaged you and you answered me like an hour after having him.
I was like, Cody, somebody wants to do a podcast with me. This is crazy. I have to make this happen. I may have just pushed out a baby, but I'm podcasting.
So funny. I was like, girl, go rest. You don't have to be answering me. This is crazy. But I mean, it worked. Here we are, 2-3 weeks later, 2.5 weeks later, recording our first episode. So, I mean, and we realized our birthdays are 5 days apart. I think that's amazing. And we both, yeah, our kids are our daughter. We have older daughters, younger sons. So crazy how close. And we love a side hustle. So this will be our side hustle, like going through our notes. I guess we'll talk a little bit about like what funny in the fire means. And I think we've already done a really good job of like going through what it means. I mean, it's like the craziness of being in our mid-30s, still feeling, I mean, I still feel like a kid, and I can't believe that like I have to raise these kids because I'm in high school. Like, I'm still here. I'm 14.
Moms.
I remember when I have an older sister as well. When I told her I was pregnant, she was like, "That's not possible because you're still 10." No, no, I'm not.
Other day I said kids, like plural, and I was like, who allowed me to say kids? I'm dropping the kids off. Crazy.
That's crazy. Every time I text it, I can't believe that I'm saying kids as well. That's really funny. Yeah, it's like, how did this even happen? And it happens like, and it's so true. Like, I hated when people were like, appreciate every second of it. The nights are long, but the days are short. And it's so true. Like, I was so dark in like the first couple weeks of newbornhood. And then all of a sudden you blink and you're like, I have like a full blown, I have children. There's children down there.
I know. I actually have this noted in my phone phone notes app to talk about because I have real beef with that. Soak it in, enjoy it because you'll miss it, blah, blah, blah. Like, yes, you're always going to miss what your previous life was. Like, will I be 80 and look back and be like, oh my God, I missed that. I should have maybe been a little happier and like a little more awake and alive and not like screamed at my husband 2 seconds before I rolled out of bed to feed my child? Sure. But in the moment, that shit is hard. So if we could stop with that, like the memes, the constant Instagram reminders of like you're gonna miss it. I am aware. You're gonna miss every aspect of your life when it's passed you by. For the love of God.
Yeah. And I totally agree. Like, I'm the first one to say, like, the newborn stage is not my favorite. I
No.
the hardest, by far the hard, like, yeah, it gets really hard when you have two kids running around, like, needing you and wanting you and climbing on you. But like the newborn stage, you have so little sleep and you're also healing from a major a, a major occurrence. Like your hormones are crazy. And like I will also say, like, people who are like soak it in, love it, this, that, and the other thing. I love every stage. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't know the stage that I love until it happens.
Yeah, right. Until you're in it or it's over. And then you're like, oh, that was really great.
Right. And I don't really get sad. Like everyone's like, oh, when you look back at pictures of like I let a baby, are you sad in one another? And I'm like, no, like yeah, nostalgia is real and I feel nostalgic and I'm like, oh my God, they're so cute. But like every stage that we move into is so fun. Like
Yeah.
Isla's now at this age where she's like, Mom, are we gonna go get a manicure? Like, I'll send you a picture. She's and we can include it in this podcast, in like the snippets or maybe even on Instagram. She like loves doing face masks and
Oh my God, I love it.
hilarious because of the eyeballs, and she just like walks around with it, like flopping in her mouth, and like like this stage is so fun. Like she's my little bestie. We went to the movies together. Like we're gonna go see the Nutcracker together in a couple of weeks, and she's like, I can't wait to get dressed and go to lunch with you, and then see a show. And it's like my built-in little bestie. And now my son is like talking full sentences. He was like, "Oh my God, Mom, it's snowing." It's wild. And I don't feel sad that they're getting older. I get excited for like, well, what's next?
Yeah.
And I think like what we should do instead of like soak it all in. Like
Totally. Like, why do we have to do this? I literally saw two separate videos today. I stopped them like immediately because I'm like, I don't want to hear this. One was a man saying, the newborn stage is like 8 weeks long and you think it's hard, but it's the easiest. And I'm like, you're on crack, sir. Um, what is wrong with you? Number two, yeah, and you're a man. Like, what? Number two is, oh man, now I forgot. It was something of the sort of, what was it? Something along the same lines that I just was like, I'll think of it because it was important. But yeah, it was just like, shut up. And then it reminds me of like when you're getting married and people are like, soak it in, stand back and just look around. And it's like, okay, great, I can do that, but like the time is still gonna pass. So maybe I'd rather be on the dance floor doing the soldier boy. Like, I don't know. Just
100%. I soaked it in by drinking a bottle of champagne before the ceremony started. Like, hello.
so literally soaked it in.
I was soaked in champagne. I should have given myself a champagne shower in the morning.
Wait, wait. Oh my God. Okay, this is hilarious that you say that. So I actually got a mimosa spilled on my head the morning of my wedding, like fully ready. I had my veil on. Thankfully, didn't have my dress on. Um, I'll share it on our story, but the video, I finally got the footage, like the raw footage of my wedding, like last summer, and I slow-moed the video down because it got caught on video. It is so funny because like I was just kind of a bitch the day of my wedding. I'm apologizing to all of my bridesmaids. I think I already have like 8 million times, but like I was so angry. Thankfully, it didn't like stain or anything, or like it like kind of repelled off. But the one girl like I didn't really blame anybody. Like I was just like whatever, but I think the girl that kind of like got blamed, the slow-mo footage shows otherwise. So we were all like, it wasn't you. You're exonerated.
I mean, thank God there's footage.
It was so funny. Oh, Lord. Anyways.
Yeah, yeah. Our wedding, we didn't really have a wedding. We had a cocktail party. I just like it was it's a blur. Like I can still we got married almost 8 years ago and I still can't watch the video. Like the videos. I have them on my phone and I can't watch them because I was overserved.
I was definitely overserved towards the end. I did the WAP dance on the dance floor. But I can't watch mine because it makes me like sad again that it's like over. And I'm like, I don't want to watch this and be sad. Me and Cody did watch them like, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago on our anniversary or a year ago, and we were laughing so hard at some of the stuff, but I can't watch myself at the reception, same as you. I'm like, what the hell?
No, and it was so bad. The reception, like Andrew decided to give a speech. And like for those of you who are listening and know my husband Andrew, like he doesn't speak unless spoken to. And like it gets to a point where people are like, oh, does he speak English? And I'm like, yeah, he's just like the strong silent type. Like he's not outgoing. Like we're total polar opposites. And like he just like decided to give a speech at the wedding. I'm like, and it got caught on video. I'm like, I can't watch this. I can't. Like every part of me clenches. I'm like, I'm ill. I can't. I'm not gonna watch it. I won't do it. No. Mm-mm. Yeah, it was a feat. I'm pretty sure either me or him or both of us were asleep. Our friends brought us to a diner after the after party, and I'm pretty sure we fell asleep in chicken.
Oh,
So I don't even know how we got home. Sorry, mom. Don't listen to this. Um, yeah, I mean, I think that's funny in the fire right there. That's a great explanation.
yep. Yep. We're funny, fiery. I was called fire crotch growing up, so it's perfect.
I mean, that like what a time to be alive where like that was a thing.
Yeah, and I would counter with like, well, you're a brownie crotch.
Right. Right. So funny. It's so funny. I can't. I was born a redhead and at one, my hair faded to white and people would ask my mom if I was albino.
That is crazy to be born a redhead and it changes. Like you need to be studied. What is your gene makeup?
I know. And when we were having kids, I'm like, Andrew, what are you going to do if one of these kids comes out with red hair? He's like, I mean, paternity test, 100%.
I was very hopeful that I would have redheaded children, but my sister and I both have red hair, and no, like our mom and dad do not, neither does my brother. Yeah, we don't really know where it came from. There's like one person on my mom's side and one person on my dad's side that also have red hair, but I really wanted redheaded children. My sister didn't have them, I didn't have them. But funny story about my mom is when she was pregnant, I forget if she made the comment. I'll have to ask her. I gotta fact check this. I don't think she did. Somebody made a comment to her about like redheaded babies and how they were like ugly or something. And then my sister comes out with like fiery red hair, like straight out the gates. And my sister's red hair is like gorgeous. Like she's got like the perfect red hair, blue eyes. She's gorgeous. But anyways, yeah, I need to fact check that. There was something to do with something, or maybe my mom said like as long as the baby doesn't have red hair. I don't know. Sorry, mom. I don't think that's right, but I have to ask her.
I mean, that's a whole nother topic. Like the wild things that people say to you. Well,
Oh, I know.
I mean, I was so large with all of our kids that like people would like constantly be like, "Are you having twins?"
It's so rude. Like, why would you ever say that? Keep your mouth shut.
Right, right. Like it's just so crazy. I remember like going to a barbecue when I was pregnant with Nolan. And everybody was like, and we didn't tell our friends. So I was like, oh, this will be such a funny surprise. Like I'm gonna roll up with like this giant belly. And they were like, oh my God, are you giving birth tomorrow? And I'm like, I'm 6 months. But thanks. Like I was so large and in charge for sure, but I would never say that to literally anybody. Like,
No, I mean, I just don't know why people like think certain things are okay. I think some people like word vomit and it just like comes out and they don't know what they're saying. Or it's like older people who like think it's funny or something. I'm not really sure. I don't understand that. I had a few comments made when I was pregnant the first time. Not so much this time, mostly because I think I have RBF and people were probably like, I'm not gonna say shit to that girl. She looks like she might stab me in the throat. But um when I was pregnant with Rosie, people would say things like, oh, you look like you're ready to pop and like stuff like that. And it's like, oh my God, what? So am I like that large and disgusting? Thank you. But on the opposite end of things, I have seen people get offended when people like comment on like they're small. And I'm like, no, you can call me small all day. Like that's fine. Just don't call me large.
yeah, I went, it's so funny. I went to my endocrinologist recently. I have hypothyroidism, which is another like really fun thing to deal with,
Hmm.
especially like postpartum because you're like trying to
Yeah.
um and I went to my endocrine the other day and he was like, your blood pressure is really low. And I was like, are you playing me thin?
So I'm skinny. That's what you're saying. And the picture of health.
A lot of weight. Thank you. And he was like, you're out of your actual mind. I think you need to go home and reevaluate your goals in life. He's like, I asked him if I could write a book about him. So my endocrinologist was a stand-up comedian in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
And then he moved to Missouri and was the head of a hospital in Missouri. And now he's an endocrinologist in New Jersey.
Wow. Like, how are you that talented?
I mean, and when I tell you funny, he is hilarious. Like one of the funniest doctors I've ever met.
I love a funny doctor.
No, it really changed a lot of things for you. And like I respect him because like he tells me he's very blunt and like tells me the truth. You know?
Yeah. I
It,
had a dermatologist that he wasn't funny. He was just very blunt. And I think I was like 4 to 6 weeks postpartum with Rosie, and I had to go get my skin checked or something. And I like saw the notes later, and he wrote in it an overweight female. I was like, bitch, I just had a baby. What?
4 to 6 weeks postpartum, but you will write overweight. Like
Yeah, like, and I got a letter like a month later. He had left the practice, which maybe because he was rude, I don't know, but like he was also a very good dermatologist. Like, I need you back. I have like really strange eczema, and he was the only one to be able to diagnose it. And then when I went to the new doctor, she thought I had scabies. I was like, ma'am.
you're like, what?
Yeah.
I had really weird skin things whilst pregnant as well. That's so funny.
Pregnancy does some weird stuff to you, man.
Yeah. I like grew a cyst on my jaw. It was awful. And like after I had Isla, they just like took a sample. It was like a cyst, whatever. So she like injected it. It went down. When I got pregnant with Nolan, it was the largest it had ever been. And then when I gave birth, I had to have it removed. And when he like cut it open, it was like pushing against all of my cheek nerves.
Oh my God.
No, and I kind of regret. I mean, I don't regret it because if it got any bigger, probably would have been a really big problem. But like I have like a significant scar. Like it like pulls on my jaw because the jaw is such a weird place to like cut open. Oh, it was awful.
That sounds miserable.
And things are really funny. I was pregnant.
I just had like this weird, I forget what he called it. It sounded like an ocean creature on my boob and they had to freeze it off, but I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah. I had those when I was pregnant too. That's really weird.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They also like suck the life out of your teeth apparently.
Yeah.
So I need to go to the dentist.
After. That's fun. All right. Should we get into a funny observation of the week? Because I think the ones that we have here are so funny.
Do it.
Let's let's do the poop ones. Do you want to tell us about the NYC stomach bug?
Oh God, yeah. So this obviously wasn't like a funny observation this week, but it is just a funny observation of life. I went to New York City in November of 2023. Yeah, 2023. So I was like, what, 6 or 7 months postpartum. Not that that matters, but with Rosie. I went with my sister actually to get a full body MRI because I was so neurotic about like dying and that I was dying. I paid like $2,500 and went and did this thing. So that has, what'd you say?
Nova one?
It's like Prenovo, but not the same brand. Wish I would have gotten Prenovo, but whatever. I got this other brand. I forget what it's called. Ezra. Um, so we were like, let's just do a quick trip. And on the way there on the airplane ride there, I was like, oh my God, my like neck kind of hurts. Like I just feel weird. And then in the taxi on the way to the hotel, I was like, my stomach just like it doesn't hurt. It just feels weird. All of a sudden I was like shitting myself in the bathroom appropriately. But that that night I had on my Skims boxers that are my beloved. Like I sleep with them every night. And they're kind of expensive. They're like $35. So when you're buying like multiple pairs. Anyways, I had my Skims boxers on, literally just shat my pants in the middle of the night. And then we were in like this tiny hotel and I didn't know what to do with them. It was like 3 a.m. So I put them in a to-go container and put them in the refrigerator. So I was like, that'll just like mask the smell. I don't know what you said. It just got silent. It like is silent when you talk.
Why would you do that?
Because there was no like, you know how sometimes if you'll like go in the hallway of a hotel, there'll be like a trash can or something by the elevator. I don't know. It was like 3 a.m. I couldn't find a trash can. I'm like, I can't leave them out like to smell up the place. So my body scan was the next morning, and I literally was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna shit myself in the MRI machine. And so the lady gives me this button, like, here, just push this if you need anything, you're feeling claustrophobic. I didn't tell her I was actively shitting my pants because they probably wouldn't have let me have the thing. So I take the little button and I'm in there, and like 20 minutes into the thing, the thing is like moving. The button rips out. Like it got caught, it rips out. Anyways, thankfully, crisis averted. I didn't poop myself, but I did poop myself the very next that night again in my other fresh pair of Skims boxers. So I had to dispose of those. So they're just they were in a fridge and now they're just in a landfill somewhere. But I did put them in a trash can like outside the hotel the next morning. But you do what you gotta do. That's probably like TMI. Sorry, everybody.
No, I think that's absolutely hilarious. I can't believe, like, thank God you didn't shit the MRI machine.
I know. Like, would I have had to pay for that or what would have happened?
I don't know. Also, did you have to do like the injection or the drink?
No, it was just regular, thankfully.
I was gonna say, because that stuff, I had to do that to like check my motility after having Isla because I have like pretty bad nerve damage from having C-sections. And I had to do, I guess it was a CAT scan, so I had to like drink the stuff. I almost like projectile vomited that everywhere. That stuff is so disgusting.
Yeah, I've not ever had that. I think I've had contrast. It's not contrast, is it? No.
Yeah, you can do, so there's like a drink contrast and then there's an injected contrast.
Okay. Yeah, I've had the injected contrast, and my husband had it and was allergic. Like he broke out in hives, so that's frightening. But yeah, the drink, no. That's giving like go lightly colonoscopy, poop in a box. I did work for that company too, so the poop story is coming full circle.
Full poop. The fact that the company's called Go Lightly, like that, no, not Go Lightly. It's Go Strongly and it's Go Alive.
And you might shit yourself in an MRI machine, so don't schedule an MRI.
I agree. Uh, In a similar vein, I had this like thought the other day because I work in an office, obviously. And it's like mortifying. I think like the worst part about going back to an office after the pandemic is having like realizations about like not being able to go to the bathroom at your own will.
Yikes, yeah.
It's just like the worst thing ever. And I don't know, whatever like stomach flu thing we've had these last couple of weeks has been a real joy. And I've had to go to the bathroom multiple times at work. And what I'm now calling is the work walk of shame loop because of where our bathrooms are located. I have to pass the same exact people every single time. And when you're going to the bathroom often, they're taking notice. So
Yeah.
if you saw me, you didn't. So let's just start with that. Like if you saw me go to the bathroom 7 times, no, you didn't. No, take that out of your mind and your head. I think it's the worst part about working in an office is like the bathroom situation is just so wild. Like you go into a bathroom after a VP that you're supposed to sit in a meeting and respect. Like, no, I just smelled you. I just
No, no.
no.
Why is pooping like, I mean, I guess it is the smell and like the sound. Everybody does it, but it is still like so embarrassing and like a very vulnerable state that you feel in, especially when you're in public, especially at a workplace where it could be like your coworker or your boss next to you.
Right. And then we're just supposed to walk out of the stall and act like you didn't assault that toilet.
I know. And then sometimes a part of me like wants to normalize it and be like, yeah, I just took a big shit. But then it's like, that's not normal. Don't say that. How you doing? Just took a shit.
Uh, you're being called to HR, you have a problem with talking about your bowel movement.
Somebody at my mom's work ran in once and she pooped her pants as well. So she also is on the like poop her pants train. She ran into the office my mom worked in and said, shit my pants, gotta go, and like left for the day. My mom, she retells that story. It's so funny.
I mean, it just happens. Like, so this whatever sickness we've had, I like the cough is like pretty bad. It's not COVID. I don't know what it is. Like, it's probably just like a mild case of the flu or whatever. Like, I've been able to work and be fine, but like I coughed so hard the other day at work, like I fully peed my pants. And like once again, like I keep an extra pair of pants in my car. I call them just in case I piss my pants. I have to utilize them. They're just a pair of leggings, but it's like and no, again, nobody talks about how you will pee your pants after having a baby at work and you will have to change.
So, okay, I really need to get my phone charger first and foremost. My phone is on 2%. But secondly, I really need to go to pelvic floor therapy because obviously had two babies, but I have had pee pants problems since I was in like high school. Like, what is that about?
Yeah, no, it's a thing. It's a real thing. And pelvic floor therapy sounds invasive, but necessary.
I know. And the thing that is crazy about it is like I went to pelvic floor therapy when I was pregnant with Rosie just to like the hospital insurance covered one and it was terrible. Like this girl was like sitting on her phone the whole time. Then after I had her, I paid for a private one, which was amazing, but it was like $200 a session. And I'm like, I can't be doing that. Okay, hold on, let me get my thing. Oh my God, my body. My God, sorry, I forgot in the middle of the night I like take my phone to the nursery oh my God, whenever I get up to feed him. And then I didn't put it back on the charger.
Okay.
And I think I'm like, obviously, buddy, you need to fall asleep chronically on my phone. Yes, he's been awake this entire time.
God.
Yeah, okay. I don't really want to move this, but I only have one arm. I'll be more prepared next time because now my audio is not going to be on the microphone because I had to take this stupid thing. Okay.
Good. All good.
Yes, we're good.
Okay, cool. All right. I think we're nearing the end anyway. We've been talking for an hour, which is pretty good.
Yes.
Should we um should we end with some rapid fire Aries mom edition?
Yes.
Okay. Um,
Okay.
Super fun segment. Okay, so this is rapid fire. First thing, the first thing that comes to mind. Okay, cleaning versus relaxing.
Oh, cleaning.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm throwing everything away. I love it.
I can't relax until I clean.
Yeah. Yeah. I find it very hard to work from home until things have been cleaned. Like the bed has been made. Very hard.
Yeah, that's another annoying thing that people say during postpartum. It's like, relax. No, I need to just have a clean house. Thank you.
Yeah. I find it more anxiety inducing when there's things everywhere than when it's clean. Like I simply can't. His hair is so blonde. I'm so obsessed.
He is also shitting his pants as we speak, just to bring it back to shitting your pants.
I mean, he was inspired. I got
He was inspired.
it. Okay, good. I'm glad we're ending then. Target meltdown, yours or your kids?
Mm. Oh my God. I haven't myself had a Target meltdown in a while. I can remember the one I had. It was over something that I needed to return that was like special edition and they wouldn't let me return it. But definitely Rosie lately, especially Target meltdown over literally everything, like throwing herself on the floor where the carts collect. It's like, ma'am, you're either going to get stampeded by a cart or you're going to pick up a disease from being on this floor.
100%. Yeah. Yeah, I can't go to Target anymore with Isla because like there's no toy stores that exist anymore. So she just thinks it's the toy store.
That too. And the cake pop store and
Yep, the cake pop shop. Now no one says it. I came home with Starbucks today because Starbucks is right by school. So I dropped off Isla. Nolan is home, and I get home with my red cup, and he goes, "A cake pop? You get a cake pop?" And I was like, "Oh God."
I know. I can't go without getting her one, or it's like that.
The polar bear one is really good right now.
Yeah, the polar bear one, the snowman cookie. Rosie had a meltdown the other day because the scarf was blue and not red on the snowman cookie.
I got it. It's hard.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, which do you prefer, birth videos or pregnancy test videos?
Birth videos.
I know, same. I like them both so much.
Did you have your births recorded?
Absolutely not.
Oh my God, mine are, and it's like amazing.
Really?
Yeah, I'll send them to you.
I would be honored.
Rosie's is so the polar opposite of his, and he just like flew out and it was crazy. But anyways, yeah, highly recommend if you're listening and pregnant, have somebody record your birth.
Yeah, it is a really, really beautiful. Yes, like it would have been cool with Isla and Nolan like with C-section. So
Yeah.
hard. With Isla, everybody cried the second she came out because the doctor who did my C-section with Isla was the doctor who told us we had lost Axel.
Oh my God.
Full circle for her. So she started to cry. My husband was crying. The anesthesiologist, bless her heart, she was like hearing. It was like a very, yeah. And then we were actually just talking about my C-section with Nolan like 2 days ago, how everybody just ignored Andrew and I. It was like we weren't even there. The surgeons were having just full conversation, talking about, I think they were talking about happy hour. Like they just acted like we weren't there.
Kind of strange.
It was so weird. It was like out of body experience weird.
I was gonna say, is that like, was that like refreshing because they're not worried, or was it like, this is weird, you should be focusing on me?
Yeah, I mean, both. Like, and nobody was worried, which was great. And then they like asked Andrew. They didn't ask him to cut the cord with Isla. I don't know why, but they did with Nolan. And so then they were like, you know what, we're gonna bring him down to the NICU. He has a little water, like he needs to cough it up or whatever. So then I'm there, like fully open, still on the table, and Andrew went with Nolan to the NICU, and I went into a full panic attack.
Oh my God.
But nobody was talking to me.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't love that.
Yeah, and I looked at the anesthesiologist, a different one than with Isla, and he was like, just not warm. Not, he goes, "Do you want to listen to some music?" And I was like, "No."
I
And
would like you to sew me up and get me out of here, please. Thank you.
he was like, "How about Taylor Swift?" I go, "Wow, no, no." Like, why? Because I'm white and I'm blonde? Like, no, sir. No, I don't want that.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, one day we'll have to talk about it, but Rosie's birth, I switched practices because I hated everything about it, but it was very similar in the fact of just like, ugh,
Yeah, like, ugh, wow,
yeah.
it was horrible. Um, okay. Second baby was easier, or have we blocked out the trauma?
Oh my God, I was just discussing this on my Instagram, kind of, but my birth was easier, um, for sure, which we'll have to tell those stories one day. Mentally easier, although I did cry and spiral this morning. But physically, with having two kids now, harder, in my opinion. Like as far as like juggling, you can't nap at 5 p.m. because your toddler's home. You can't just lay in bed. You have to like the weekends, like when they're not at daycare.
Yeah.
What about you?
Um, yeah. I mean, pregnant, I can't say like I enjoyed pregnancy at all subsequently because of my like loss. So I feel like my pregnancies were all really hard and mentally like that's like another reason why I don't think we're not having any more, but like it's a huge part. Like I mentally don't think I could do it again. I was just like a shell of a human. And I don't think our kids like deserve a shell of a mom just so that we could have another one, like it feels selfish. But I think like with Nolan, yeah, it was much calmer. I was reading your story this morning, like with Isla, I tracked every poop, every burp, every ounce, everything. And with Nolan, I was like, Bud, when was the last time you ate? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that is so easy in that aspect.
yeah, and you start to trust yourself more. You're like, oh, I know when he's gonna be hungry. Like I just know, and I know like when he hadn't pooped all day and he's constipated. Like I know now,
Yeah, 100%.
The anxiety is less, but yeah, it's the juggling it's a lot. Uh,
Yeah, I like to say like I'm not a first time mom, but I'm a first time, second time mom. So it just comes with like new challenges and differences.
yeah,
But
agreed.
yeah.
And I love this last bullet that we have, and I think it's something that we'll definitely get into more and more as we record more episodes of the pod is marriage energy, chaos or teamwork. I mean, chaos and teamwork.
Literally just gonna say like chaotic teamwork.
Yeah, I think I think and I'll be like super honest. Our Nolan's first year was the hardest on our relationship because we had two kids and I lost my job. Um, I will say, like, our marriage was rough. Like, it was really hard. Our communication was fighting and hostile, and I was offended by everything he said. And it was because I was struggling. I was postpartum. I lost my job. I felt like I lost my identity. And like we just didn't communicate at all. But what I will say is that this past year has been a world of difference working on our communication.
Yeah.
And it's like every day we have to work on our communication.
Yeah.
And I think it's like better than it's ever been having, two kids and like realizing like, oh, I need to communicate every single thing because you can't read my mind. And like, why can't you read my mind at this point? But yeah,
There's like such differences too in the way that each of you and each of us like says things and feels things and what's the word I'm looking for? Like what is that word where you're like saying something? What is wrong with me? Like says it out loud, I guess. Like you can like think something in your head, but then when you say it out loud, it doesn't like come across to your husband or partner. But I think for us, like currently we're in that like who got more sleep war. And it's just I have to remind myself, like, he already started back at work. And so I have to remind myself, even though, like, he's at work, not having to take care of a tiny human, like, there's still work and it's still tiring. And so, like, both of us just still deserve respect from each other and some sort of like break. And I think with Rosie, we figured out a good like bedtime cadence, but now there's two, so there'll be that whole challenge to navigate. But yeah, often it is just like having to check in, and then a lot of the times for us too, it just ends in like, well, we don't agree, so we'll just have to like move on and figure it out. But yeah, definitely. I think too, like disciplining a toddler and being on the same page with that is like a whole nother ball game that you just like are not prepared for when you like are getting married to somebody. You're like, oh, we have to,
I'm gonna write that one down so that we can talk about that on another episode.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, it is. And I think like you said it, where like I think we say things like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I can't believe I have to go downstairs and get another bottle. Where like Andrew has made it very clear where he's like, just tell me you want me to go downstairs and get a bottle. Because
Yeah,
I don't necessarily know if you're just confiding in me and complaining because it just you have to get it off, or if you want me to do something. And
right.
oh, that's interesting because I guess in my mind, and it comes back to like your like love language and like how you perceive things, right? And like, yeah, in my mind, I'm like, well, just do it. And like, but like to him, he's like, I don't know if she wants me to do it. You know what I mean?
Totally. And then it goes back to the whole when I was when I had Rosie and like had to have control over everything. It's like they probably have that in their mind too, where they're like, well, the last time you wanted to do everything. So now I'm confused.
Right. Right. And it's like, just tell me, just be explicit. Like, yeah, communication's everything
Yeah. Oh,
too. Okay, well, I think this was a wonderful first episode.
I got a little awkward at first if you're still listening, but then it flowed smoothly.
You were awkward at all. We had lovely transitions. And I'll just plug some stuff at the end. So we do have an email address. I have to send you the login. And if you want to contribute to any part of this podcast, like a topic for Katie and I to talk about, or a really funny story about shitting your pants, maybe in a New York City subway, cannot confirm or deny that didn't happen to me or did. Who knows?
Okay. We talked about that.
Yeah, we could talk about anything. We can keep it anonymous. I have had friends like in the last couple hours ask if they could be on because this is like a mama podcast and they have so much to say. So if you have
Yeah.
something interesting to contribute, DM us, Funny in the Fire on Instagram, or you can email us at funnyinthefire@gmail.com. And Katie, plug your Instagram.
So I am at regarding Katie _, on Instagram.
Perfect. And thanks so much. We hope you listened to this whole episode. It was over an hour long.
Oh my God.
Time. I'm gonna end the recording.
I am just like